now for the next 10 years, where do you guys kind of see the future of arts and culture here in Saudi and in the region?
I have a quick comment on that, in fact. We see it from our perspective about increasing the public participation in the creation of art in general, and art and music. So, like you mentioned, today we witness a large interest and a big participation in the music industry as a recipient, but we want you to be a creator. So how do we do that? How do we promote it? Is the way how we kind of like leading the way. So, for example, we run hackathons in creative music and arts. So we let anybody from any age, from any sort of background, to come and participate, have a go, and generate a piece of art or music there, and see how it goes. Also, we do a lot of sort of awareness in terms of innovation development, workshops, working with younger population at schools and universities, doing things at workplaces. So we've been quite active in very sort of specific places, but then we know that this is how you encourage everybody and sort of push the mindset more towards creation, not only consumption. And this is how I think we can lead as a nation globally in this, not only by hosting global artists, but also by producing global standards of art and music. Amazing, great.
I also want to add, Saudi Arabia has set itself on the map, honestly, and with the support of the leadership that we have, we would not have done anything without their support. How do we see ourselves in the future? More and more, inshallah, because we are already there. People, they are saying, oh my God, now everything's happening in Saudi. Noor Riyadh is happening, Misk Art Week, Red Sea Film Festival now in Jeddah, Middle Beast, the Music Forum, the Billboard Awards. There's also, let's step to fashion, the Fashion Week, Riyadh Fashion Week. Next week there's the DGDA with the Dolce & Gabbana, so a very high luxury brand is coming to UNESCO World Heritage site and doing like a fashion show over there. So we set ourselves on the map already, and I think it's moving forward, and it's going to grow more.
It will absolutely grow more. I think the challenge will be if it will grow in a way that's sustainable. And by sustainable, I mean, can the industry be an industry? And at the moment, there is an extraordinary amount of investment in public funding that's going into the industry, which is great, and that is fueling this boom and the flourishing that's happening at the moment. But in order for the economy and the industry to be sustainable in the long term, we've got to look at actually how you turn it into an industry. How do we ensure that the entrepreneurs and the creators that are coming through have the support to actually turn their work into businesses? And there's nothing taboo about that. There should be nothing taboo about looking at the arts and looking at the IP that come through the arts and making sure that you can sustain a living through it. And that's really where we've got to get to next, I think, is use the platform that's been developed so far and start to actually put programs in place so that this is a career for entrepreneurs, for creatives in the future. There's other challenges as well. I mentioned the workforce piece previously, and we've got to get that right too, and make sure that there's obvious career paths from university and from schools into the industry as well, because that doesn't exist at the moment. And excellent events like this signal a route into industry, and that's good, but we need a lot more of that. You talked about infrastructure earlier, and if you look around the skyline of Riyadh and you see the cranes and you see the museums and the theaters and the opera houses and all the other developments that are going up, and that's exciting and really interesting. But actually, where the future of the industry will come from is the smaller spaces. the smaller clubs, the smaller venues, spaces like this size, spaces that don't have like the big sort of grandeur and aren't too scary for young creators and performers to come through. And we need to make sure we get the balance right in the infrastructure so that as artists are coming through, that they have smaller spaces to experiment with and to make their work available to the market, and ensure that the audiences are brought through that journey as well. But it's going to be all about sustaining the industry, and that's going to be exciting to be a part of.